In our lives, we often grow up believing that hard work alone is the ultimate secret to success. We are taught that if we give our best effort, stay loyal to our responsibilities, and work tirelessly, recognition will naturally follow. But have you ever stopped to think that effort by itself may not always be enough? Along with hard work, we also need awareness, wisdom, and balance. Imagine a lamp that remains switched on day and night. At first, it is appreciated, but over time, people stop noticing it. Its light becomes normal, expected, and eventually ignored. But the moment that lamp suddenly goes off, everyone becomes alert. Only then do they realize how important it was. In many ways, we are just like that lamp. When we fail to communicate our value properly or do not allow others to recognize our contribution, we risk being taken for granted. And one day, someone else may take our place, not because they are better, but because our presence was never fully felt. Today's story teaches us a powerful lesson about this truth and reminds us how delicate the balance between dedication and self-worth really is. Once upon a time, there was a young man who worked in a large factory. He was sincere, disciplined, and deeply committed to his job. His mentor was an elderly craftsman who had spent his entire life mastering his skills. This old man was respected by everyone in the factory for his experience and wisdom. One day, the elder advised the young worker, "If you want to succeed, learn to focus completely on your work. Don't waste your energy talking too much. Instead, become so skilled that no one can replace you. Let your work speak for you." The young man took these words to heart. He followed his mentor's advice with complete faith. He worked quietly, avoided unnecessary attention, and dedicated himself fully to learning every aspect of the factory's operations. Over the years, his skills sharpened, and his efficiency became unmatched. 10 years passed. The elderly craftsman retired, and the young worker was given his mentor's position. He continued to work with the same dedication, believing that loyalty and excellence would eventually bring him recognition. One evening, he visited his retired mentor. The old man noticed something troubling in his student's eyes and asked gently, "You look disturbed. Is something bothering you?" The young man sighed deeply and replied, "I followed every lesson you taught me. I work with full concentration, I stay quiet, and I know there is no one in the factory who can match my skills. I handle tasks that others struggle with. Yet, people with far fewer abilities than mine are getting promoted, while my salary remains unchanged. I don't understand what I am doing wrong." The elder looked at him thoughtfully and asked, "Do you truly believe you are important to the factory?" Without hesitation, the young man nodded. "Yes, I am certain." After a moment of silence, the old craftsman said, "Then take a day off tomorrow. Make any excuse you like. You've worked hard and deserve some rest." The advice surprised the young man, but he trusted his mentor. The next day, he applied for leave and stayed home. When he returned to work, he was immediately called into the manager's office. The manager said, "Yesterday, your absence caused several problems. Tasks you handle effortlessly were delayed or done incorrectly. We realized how critical your role is." That same day, the young man was promoted to senior technician and received appreciation for his contribution. He felt proud and grateful. He believed he had finally discovered the true formula for success. From that moment on, whenever he felt undervalued or overlooked, he would deliberately take a day off. Each time he returned, the factory would struggle without him, and his importance would be reinforced. This pattern continued for several months. Then one day, something unexpected happened. When he arrived at the factory gate, security stopped him. He was informed that his services were no longer required. Shocked and heartbroken, he could not believe what he was hearing. He felt betrayed, confused, and deeply hurt. He immediately went to his old mentor and asked with pain in his voice, "Why did this happen to me? I followed your advice exactly, didn't I?" The elder sighed and shook his head gently. "You learned only half the lesson, not the complete one." The young man looked confused. "What do you mean?" The wise craftsman explained calmly, "You understood that when a lamp stays on constantly, people stop noticing it. Only when it goes out do they realize its importance. But you ignored the second, more important part." "What is the second part?" the young man asked. The old man replied, "If a lamp keeps turning off again and again, people will eventually replace it with a better one. No one wants a lamp they cannot rely on." Those words struck the young man deeply. The mentor continued, "Value comes not only from being missed once, but from being dependable. Balance is the key. You must allow people to recognize your worth, but never make them feel uncertain about your presence." This lesson applies not only to work, but also to our personal lives. We often take our family and friends for granted because they are always there for us. We assume they will never leave. But the day they are gone, we suddenly realize how precious they were. Don't wait for that day. Appreciate people while they are still with you. Let your value be felt, but never create absence just to prove importance. Stay committed, stay reliable, and maintain balance. When effort and wisdom walk together, life rewards us not with extremes, but with harmony, and in that balance lies true success.